Hi, welcome back to the Homeschool Shopping Channel. Yesterday I gave you a tour of our new homeschool room since we are at a new place, and today I'm going to show you in a lesson I did with them, one on either side of me, involving moving beyond the page. This is moving beyond the page. It's kind of a review, if you will, and you can see inside a lesson how I did it. Okay, I'm just going to show you. Okay, so we started off, so this is the book. So this is, let's check it out, ages 6 to 8. When you look through, it's got these are all the materials you're going to need. And if you buy the materials box, I mean, it has it all. It's so organized and sorted week by week and lesson by lesson. And then it's got, like, so I said, materials list, required books. This specifically, so it's also got your unit review here. Now, there's a big discrepancy in here, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinions, how it's like your daily schedule. 60 to 90 minutes, you're doing this. You're doing, it's not even relatively close to that. So it's got the vocabulary, living things in their environment. So this is age 6 to 8. Did I show you that? Concept 4, ages 6 to 8. So we're at the end of the year. Concept 4, because it's 4 concepts. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so they have you, what you're going to do is you're going to log on to the computer to here and enter in your password. And you are going to watch, wait for it, a video that's about a minute. It's over a minute. And a video that is 37 seconds. I didn't even bother with the 37-second ones, and I was not impressed with the minute one. So I was like, right away, okay, because there's no book that goes along with this, because normally, like, there's like a story or something. There's no story that goes along with this. So I thought, all right, well, then I just Googled, and I found a great one from Mighty Owl, about talking about heredity for, I think I put in grade 2 or grade 3, and it had talking about heredity. So, I mean, pretty good. It was very good, actually. So then you sit down and we're talking about, then I had them do, so we watched that video, and then I had them go through these. Now, there's not, so I guess just let me show you. Okay, so living things in the environment, I only had them learn 2 words. I'm all for learning definitions of things, but this has seemed kind of like, it's not necessary to know all of these at the same time, so I just chose 2, right? And I was like, okay, let's learn these, although we kind of understand. Another pet peeve, though, is that, so I just read them the definitions and did it with them. Because right here it has, okay, these are the definitions, these are the definitions. So I read them definitions. This is not the same. A trait is not the same definition that is here, but I'm bright enough to figure it out. So that, these notes I made were from the actual video that was not related to this, that gave us a lot more information. So let's just flip past this, right? Because I'm all for learning definitions, but learning 4 at once when you don't have a picture that associates it one to the other, so it's not a mnemonic device, or you don't have a story, you don't have something that, I mean, it just wasn't that great. So then we did parents and offspring, and I just had them match parents to offspring, which real easy. At this point, I mean, my one kid's 7, and it's still super easy, okay? But I get it. We're learning the concepts of parents and offspring. Okay, so then this was kind of interesting. This was like shared traits. I'm not exactly sure how to do it because, again, it's in here. It's not that, it doesn't, I mean, it kind of explains. So this is activity 4. So let's do shared traits. So analyze some family members, including himself and the grandparents, who, it's kind of hard to see traits because they're older. Now, so hair color, tongue rolling, eye color, attached earlobes, dimples, chin, and hairline. Whatever, we got the concept down. So even though it wasn't exactly how I planned it, the youngest liked it, the oldest, who's 9, I mean, it's super simple. So it didn't, I mean, it wasn't that interesting for him, right? Okay, so then we go over to this, and then we go, okay, inherited traits are learned behaviors, because there's 3 types of traits. There's inherited traits, learned traits, and then there's environmental traits, which I learned from that video, not from this. But okay, fine. So if you'll notice that when we're going through, some things seem really easy and some things don't. So is it an inherited trait or learned behavior? Being able to type, riding a bike. We don't do handwriting. Neurodiverse kids don't handwrite. It has nothing to do with their intelligence. Has to do with they don't like it. I don't know why. They're not great at it. It's just not a thing. Generally, neurodiverse kids aren't great at writing. So we do it orally. Now, my son likes to draw, so he just scribbled, probably because he was bored too. Okay, so inherited traits. So it took us about 3 minutes to go through it. Which ones are, I mean, even the youngest kid can know how to do it. Again, heredity and plants. I get why you're doing this to show heredity and plants. The video talks about heredity and plants. However, very simple. We also watched this video by Science Sauce about the cystic fibrosis gene, which my cousins had cystic fibrosis growing up, and how it's heredity. how it's just a great concept as to genes and split up and how some people get some genes and some people don't, and explaining how mom gives some, dad gives some, blah, blah, blah. But so this is like, okay, well, which plant, like it gives not a lot of definition. It's not that interesting. So it's moving beyond the page, but a lot of it is on the page, and the worksheets are pretty fun. They're fun. Like, look, which sibling is different? This one had freckles, but they didn't get that one. They were like, oh, that hair is different. Yeah, sure, whatever. It doesn't matter. That one's easy. Which one's different? Which one's different? Now, that could be the mom, and that's the dad. Which siblings are different? I don't know. I couldn't tell myself. That one I could tell. That one's pretty obvious. So circle brother or sister is different. And then I stopped at that for the day, because then the last one's here. But they also have, of course, another activity where you're designing a dog. Ask your child to draw his dream dog, picking from genetic traits below. Your kid has to be... I don't know how they do with this. I didn't try it out, but small, medium, and large, long or short fur. So kind of interesting. But then that's it, and we've done it in 5 minutes. So the problem I have with moving beyond the page is it touches on a lot of things, but a very little bit. A very little bit. So right now we're doing temperature of the earth, which again, they all know. I'm just like, where's the hottest part? So anyway, this is what we did today. So I have moving beyond the page. I have several years, 7 to 9. 5 to 7, 6 to 8, and I pick and choose which activities. It's not my main Big Dipper, Little Dipper, Seasons of the Earth. So sometimes it's like pretty detailed. Okay, Seasons of the Earth. Pretty specific. Am I right, people? Like pretty, yeah, I mean pretty advanced, I guess. But then you have the bear snores on, and it's like, hey, cut out the animals and put them in there in the order in which they entered it, which I guess that's like talking about reading comprehension, which I do separately, so I guess that's fine. It's got the making a bird feeder. See, so some activities are like pretty interesting and pretty good. So I'm always torn with this curriculum, except that it's pretty pricey. That's the downside. But I hear if you do it the online version that it's not as pricey. Oh, I hope I didn't screw up the video, and I hope you guys are getting a good view of it. But, so, freshwater sources. It's interesting. And then if they have ocean water ones, then they can have one in estuaries, but I don't think they do. And then this is weird. Animal sorts. So you're like sorting animals which come from which countries. I know, it's weird. Well, river dolphin, that's from the Amazon. I don't know. I mean, take your pick. But there is books. There is like a book that goes with this. There was, I forget his name. His animal habitats for last year. Now this year is just like life cycles. Producers and consumers. That's an interesting concept. We covered that a couple years ago, though, in Moving Beyond the Page. The life cycle. I mean, we don't need to do that. If they're 7 to 9, come on. Like, they don't know the life cycle and the river food chain. Kind of cool. I guess you can... I mean, that's not hard to piece together, right? And then they always have, like, a final activity. Dictionary, Pictionary. Picture dictionary. So, I don't know what your picture dictionary, the living and non-living things, insects and birds. So, some stuff it's, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, you only have so much time to homeschool. So, sometimes, some of this stuff, I feel like some of it's wasted time and some of it's super interesting. So, take your pick. So, building sentences. Add one or more adjectives to the sentence to make it more interesting. So, since the bunny said alone in itself, to be truthful, I will have to look up adjectives. So, I can't pretend that I won't. So with, yeah, anyway, I don't know. They just touch on it. Do you know what I mean? Like the rest of this, so this is based on the Edward Tulane book, which I think is one of their big reason here. Contractions. He's not coming home. He is, which I prefer. I have different grammar stuff, but whatever. Whatever, there you go. I just wanted to give you, a half-assed tour inside of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.
Please like and subscribe.
Yes.
And hit the bell for notifications.